welcome to Saturday. Thanks so much for joining us. Today we are going to be reviewing Mortal Hydration. And as many of you may have already heard, IRONMAN has switched recently from Gatorade Endurance to Mortal Hydration. So we thought, let's go ahead and review Mortal Hydration and let's see what's in it. So I'm not gonna lie, I saw this packaging and the flavors looked really exciting, so I just jumped right in to taste test these before actually looking at what was in it.
First of all, we should disclose, Mortal Hydration was sent to us for free by thefeed.com. We have no affiliation with thefeed.com, and I think you'll see very quickly, if not already, that this will be an unbiased review. Can confirm the packaging is so enticing that when it's in your pantry, you will consume it, and I think that's a great marketing strategy because you're forced into buying more.
I do like the adorable mango riding a bicycle on the back of the package.
I would call this packaging reactionary to things like Cytomax and any other super scientific companies. These folks are just going like straight up cartoon.
I do appreciate the marketing.
You know what bothers me? Individual servings. I opened this bag, I rip open this nice bag. I expected there to be powder and a scoop.
Each packet is supposed to be mixed with 22 ounces of water, and that's actually what we did the other day when we taste tested this. I would have to agree, this is annoying, especially if you're consuming a lot of carbohydrates, which you should if you're training hard, and that was a lot of packages.
So we know a few of you are using our app Saturday to figure out like how to actually use this stuff on course. It tells you how many servings, etc. Just if you notice any discrepancies in our app, like the word packet or sachet or stick pack or whatever, that's actually coming from this. So there's 6 different products. There's 3 salty, 3 normal. Among the 6, there's 3 different names for one of these: packet, stick pack, and sachet. And there's no rhyme or reason for it. I think they're just figuring out their like labeling. Just FYI. Okay, so what do we have? We have in the lower salt, call it the normal version, we have no fat, great, no cholesterol, great, obviously, 450 milligrams of sodium per packet, and 10 grams of carbs per packet, 8 of which come from sugar.
No protein, that's good.
Michelle, do you have any thoughts on the amount of carbs in this product for your triathlons?
Well, let's see. I would consume this with a recommended carbs to water ratio if I wanted to lie on the side of the road crying and wanting to give up on life. I cannot say I have not done that before. Hypoglycemia is rough.
Okay, onto the ingredients list. We have evaporated cane syrup. Can you tell me what that is?
That would be sucrose, so glucose and fructose monosaccharides stuck together, also known as white sugar.
Dextrose.
Which is glucose outside the body.
Trisodium citrate.
That actually wouldn't be bad, would it? That would be okay.
That's the normal sodium citrate.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Yeah, that is the normal, yeah.
Why are they calling it trisodium citrate?
Marketing. They added the tri to clarify that it's not disodium citrate or monosodium citrate, which nobody ever uses in any dietary product ever. It's trisodium citrate because they probably know that some of you are following us and reading about what sodium citrate is, and you know that it is trisodium citrate. There's 3 sodium molecules per citrate molecule, which is why it's easier on the gut, and there's less chlorine. Okay, folks, if you could like, share, and subscribe these videos, we're killing our video editor. This is taking forever, the number of cuts that he's having to do, so please like, share, and subscribe. 4th ingredient is citric acid.
Probably not needed in this product. Might affect flavoring.
Which is the 5th ingredient, natural flavors. 6th ingredient, tripotassium citrate.
In a lower dose, probably not the worst thing, but also not required.
Okay, so we have calcium lactate pentahydrate, which is mostly useless. Thankfully, they put very little in there. Then we have everybody's favorite, stevia, ribaudioside A. It's just stevia.
If you are an athlete hoping to fuel for performance, you really don't need to add stevia into your product. If you're getting enough carbs intra-workout, you are not going to have a problem with sweetness. Fructose and glucose are sweet, especially fructose.
As you get farther into your exercise sessions, usually your preference for flavor-intense beverages goes down. You want less intense flavors the longer you exercise.
Oftentimes, sweetness is something that people want to minimize, whether that means substituting in maltodextrin or adding salt or adding citric acid or something else to make the sweetness less intense.
Magnesium glycinate and beta-carotene round out the ingredients list, neither of which are necessary. Beta-carotene is just added for color. So IRONMAN is going to be putting this in their aid stations. I believe they're going to be mixing it to the recommended concentration. Given that, and they might be handing it out in bottle form on the bike and probably in cups on the run, how are you going to adapt your 70.3 fueling strategy knowing that this is what's on course?
If that was the only fuel I could consume, I can tell you right now, from the amount of carbohydrates that I consume per hour, I would be hypoglycemic immediately if I tried to just use the on-course nutrition.
How many grams of carbohydrates do you consume per hour?
Yeah, that's a good question. So on the bike, I consume anywhere from 110 to 130 grams of carbs per hour. On the run, usually anywhere from 60 to 70 grams of carbs per hour. And I know that if I was trying to follow this concentration that they are suggesting, I would be consuming way too much water for the amount of carbohydrates. So I would probably end up hyponatremic, hypoglycemic. I would have to peak like constantly. It would just be a really bad day.
They do have a high salt mix, so I don't think hyponatremia would be an issue there. How would you optimize the situation?
If I had to, I would use this as my sodium source. I would definitely not rely on this to be my carbohydrate source. Otherwise, there would be a hypoglycemic nightmare.
That brings us to our next question, which is, if you had to live off Mortal and whatever else was on course, how would you do it?
The first thing is I would really hope that Mortal wasn't the only thing on course. I would hope that there might be either some flat Coke or some Gatorade Original or just some other sort of source of carbs on course. Otherwise, no one's going to finish this race unless they have brought their own carbs with them. So I think I would probably investigate what else was on course. But realistically, I wouldn't want to have to play guesswork on which cup I'm grabbing. I wouldn't want to have to worry about, is this the carbohydrate cup? Is this the electrolyte cup? I would really just not want to deal with that. I would want to just have the carbs on me. And then if I'm going to use Mortal for my electrolytes, just grab 1 cup of that and then move on.
How would you use Mortal Hydration if it was all you could use?
If it's all I can use. Like I can't bring anything of my own.
Does not compute.
I wouldn't sign up for the Ironman,
Yeah.
is the answer. I mean, I would just decide that I was going to walk the whole thing. I wouldn't do it, honestly. I just wouldn't. Actually, I might, just to say I did. Like, I did this Ironman with no fuel at all. And it would be like, okay, did I make the 17-hour cutoff? I don't know. There would be tears.
Low sugar tears.
That's not a realistic situation. I don't think anyone expects to use only Mortal on course. This is an electrolyte mix. There's always going to be a carb source that goes along with it because I don't think anyone's that evil. I don't think any race director would be that terrible to their athletes. I think they would realize that, oh, these athletes need carbs.
I so hope on some slow twitch thread that we are proven wrong and that this is all that's on course, because that's just, it is evil.
That, I don't think that could be, no, there has to be.
Nobody could be that dumb.
There have to be a carb source, and I don't know what that is, but there has to be. That is just horrible. This is for sodium only.
So when would you use this outside of Ironman? We've been talking a lot about triathlon. When would you use this like in real life? Outside of racing?
Oh, I would use this for active recovery. Maybe like taking Dash, our dog, for a walk, or like an easy recovery hike or something like that. Yeah, active recovery.
Basically when you don't need energy.
Yeah, like if I just want, something to drink and with a little bit of sodium, but I don't really care to like fuel up because I'm just walking or something.
So it's like Crystal Light plus salt.
Yeah. I mean, if I were sweating, that'd be fine.
Cool.
I did want to mention that on this package, it says formulated to fight death and chock full of bonk-defying electrolytes. And I just wanted to point out that bonking does not occur from a lack of electrolytes. It occurs from a lack of carbohydrates. So this is a low carbohydrate product. So I don't really understand that claim. That doesn't really make sense. The salty version is okay, but truly, if I were to use this product as prescribed per liter of water, hyponatremia would happen. Most definitely. That is risky.
You would actually be at risk of death.
I mean, that's like a hospital trip legitimately if you use the low salt version. So the fact that they claim that it's formulated to fight death, I really question that. That's just my final thought.
What is Mortal Hydration designed to do?
Mortal Hydration is designed to provide electrolytes for you. It's not designed to be a carbohydrate source. The carbs per serving are super low. So I don't think anyone expects to use this as a carb source, otherwise they're going to be in a hypoglycemic world of hurt. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know in the comments if you're super pumped that Mortal Hydration is on your next Ironman course. Until next time. Ew, no, don't mix it. This is what giving up looks like.
Just a little bit of wine.
That's disgusting.
It's just a little bit of wine with Mortal Hydration in it,